set to capture more voters in the ongoing phase of registration. A new generation of diagnostic experts emerge as UNILAG graduates 28 medical laboratory scientists. Plus, latest in the world of sports. Good evening and welcome to the news at 7 on NTA Lagos Channel 10. I am S.A. Omamaka. Now the news in detail. With a total of 139,251 registrations recorded in the first phase of the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise, the Independent Electoral Commission, Lagos State, is set to expand access in the second phase for those yet to register by devolving registration operations from the local government level to registration areas across the state. The Resident Electoral Commissioner, Lagos State, Professor Abayomi Salami, while speaking at a meeting with stakeholders, says this move is to ensure that no eligible citizen in Lagos State is left behind during the voting registration process.
The ongoing continuous voter registration exercise, a primary means by which eligible Nigerians are afforded the opportunity to register to vote, transfer their registration, correct personal details, and replace lost or damaged permanent voter cards, has transited into the second phase of registration. The Resident Electoral Commissioner, INEC, Professor Abayomi Salami, while briefing stakeholders, says the second phase of the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise is aimed at expanding access, improving efficiency, and ensuring that no eligible voter in Lagos State is disenfranchised due to lack of opportunity to register.
Exercise is free of charge and open to all Nigerian citizens aged 18 years and above. The rotation of INEC voter enrollment devices, IFEDs, amongst arrays will commence on 2nd February 2026 and last for a period of 50 days. That is, from 2nd February 2026 to 10th April 2026. Designated registration centers, including INEC offices and other approved locations, have been established across registration areas in the state.
Some stakeholders say the success of the exercise relies heavily on their cooperation and sustained engagement. They urge INEC to build on the successes and lessons learned from the first phase to afford Lagosians participate in the democratic process.
We've had reports of certain areas where certain categories or demographics of people have been prevented from registering, either by virtue of their tribe or whether they are not, whatever the reasons are. So these are perennial issues that come over and over and over again. And INEC in itself does not have the capacity, to secure even themselves in such centers. So I think they need to look for how to integrate a larger security network around registration so that people cannot disenfranchise others.
Such critical area is the issue of alternate biometric data capture for people with disability who doesn't have digits for some printing, you understand, which is a lot that was gained in the other registration and the previous registration process to make up for that. So I hope that effort is sustained.
And if you are yet to also get your own PVC, I encourage Lagosians to do it, to come out, get your voter's card, because that is the only power that the electorate, that is the only power the people has.
Political parties, civil society organizations, and other critical stakeholders were enjoined to continue their invaluable roles in voter education, advocacy, and constructive engagement to ensure a peaceful, severe exercise.
Lagos House of Assembly has adopted a motion calling for immediate conduct of by-elections to replace 3 councillors who passed in 3 local governments and council development areas 6 months ago in the state. This was at a plenary presided over by the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, in Lagos. Musa Toliat completes the report.
The passage of the 2026 appropriation bill, and this time, the lawmakers are deliberating on a matter of urgent public importance moved by a member representing Mushin Constituency 1, Honorable Nureni Akinsanya. The motion moved by the lawmaker borders on the inability of the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission to conduct by-elections to replace councillors who died between August and September 2025. Other lawmakers also supported the motion, saying 6 months has created too much gap in democratic governance at the grassroots. The lawmakers subsequently adopted the motion as resolution of the Assembly, while the Speaker, Mudashiru Obasa, directed the clerk to formally write to the governor, requesting him to direct the LASEC to make arrangements for the conduct of by-elections to fill the vacant seats in the affected local government and local council development area.
Screening of governors' nominees.
In another development, the House of Assembly confirmed several nominees forwarded by the governor for appointment into some state agencies. The nominees appeared before the lawmakers on the floor of the House for screening and confirmation.
Just introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself. We don't want to tell you. With understanding of my colleagues to take a bow and go.
However, the nominee for the Lagos Parking Authority, Adebisi Adelabu, was stepped down for further consideration.
Pursuant to Section 8 of Section 1 of Lagos State Electricity Law 2024, the House here confirms the appointment of Mrs. Temitope George as Chief Executive Officer, Lagos State Electricity Regulatory Commission. All in favor say aye. Those against no. The ayes have it. The confirmation of the Lagos State Transport Sector Reform nominee is hereby stepped down.
The Lagos House of Assembly then adjourned Sinedai. In Lagos, Musa Toliat, NTA News.
And to education matters, the Department of Medical Laboratory Science, College of Medicine, University of Lagos has produced 12 first class out of its 28 graduates for the 2024-2025 session. Oluwa Bukola Konde, who was at the 9th induction ceremony of the department, reports that Joshua Oyeleke was recognized as the best graduating student for the academic session.
Inducted medical laboratory scientists were charged to demonstrate sensitivity, dedication, and professionalism in diagnostic services as they formally took their oath of practice at the 9th induction ceremony of the department.
Pledge as a professional member of the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria to always exercise my professional knowledge.
Speaking at the event, the Provost, College of Medicine, University of Lagos, Professor Ademola Oremosu, urged the inductees to pursue excellence, encouraging them to discover the purpose and leverage it as a foundation for professional success.
Wherever they find themselves, they should know that they are ambassadors of College of Medicine of the University of Lagos, and that should actually be the forefront, pushing them to make excellence in whatever they do.
It's a very prestigious profession. They should uphold integrity, transparency in the discharge of their responsibilities.
When there are errors in the laboratory, the life of the patient is in danger. And so the charge to them is that they have to imbibe precision, accuracy, and even passion for the job.
This set suffered a lot of setbacks from strikes, different kinds of delays here and there, but I'm happy that they came out brilliantly.
The induction lecturer, Felix Ofunko, also reminded the inductees of the critical role in healthcare delivery, describing medical laboratory scientists as the key decision makers in diagnosis rather than mere support personnel.
Ask the right questions, because it's when you ask, you know what the reason is behind the processes that have been set in place. So you need to ask questions, because it's in the asking that you know, and you'll be able to implement whatever you are taught.
Joy filled the hearts of the best graduating student, Joshua Oyeleke, as he expressed himself.
It has been rough. There were some points where I doubted myself, like I couldn't do better, because when I got into university, my goal was like finish with first class. But I thank God, He helped me throughout the journey. I'm so grateful to God.
The ceremony featured the presentation of awards, while parents and guardians encouraged the inductees to remain committed to ethical practice and quality service delivery. In Lagos, Oluwabukola Akonde, NTA News.
And the news at 7 will continue shortly after this timeout. To join us again.
Do you need hotel service that runs hospitality business as real business? Then look no further, because Suru Express Hotels is readily available to meet your hotel accommodation needs in a cozy and serene atmosphere. Courtesy and care greet your arrival at our front desk while you're checking out our various rooms, suites, deluxe, standard and express gold, all fitted for purpose you desire. Healthy nutrition is also a top priority at our tastefully organized restaurants in Suru Express Hotels. With our ultra-modern gymnasium, maintaining your fitness is guaranteed in a conducive atmosphere. To unwind and reduce stress, our world-class standard swimming pool and game centers are always available. We are strategically located in Surulere, Ikeja GRA, Ikorodu, to provide unparalleled hospitality and free parking and top-notch security. A choice of any Suru Express hotel is a choice made with wisdom.
Guys, what we're basically doing today is to search for the tastiest biscuits ever on the playground. Are you guys ready? Yeah! The search starts in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Sona biscuits are rich in flavor, nourishment, and excitement. Grab a bite today.
Welcome back. Moving on to security matters now. Nigeria's cybercrime war has recorded a major victory as the Nigeria Police Force, through the National Cybercrime Center, dismantles a sophisticated telecom fraud network responsible for an estimated loss of over 7.7 billion naira. The syndicate illegally diverted the telecommunications company's airtime and data resources, exploiting digital systems in one of the largest cyber-enabled fraud cases uncovered in recent times. A statement by the force notes that the breakthrough followed a formal petition by the affected telecom company over suspicious activities with its billing and payment infrastructure. Police investigations revealed that staff login credentials were compromised, giving criminals unlawful access to core operational systems. This breach enabled the syndicates to manipulate airtime and data resources on a massive scale, quietly draining billions before the alarm was raised. After weeks of intelligence gathering and surveillance, coordinated operations were carried out in Kano and Katsina states, with a follow-up arrest in the Federal Capital Territory. 6 suspects were arrested. Recovered assets include 2 houses in Kano, 2 mini plazas, GSM and laptop outlets with over 400 laptops, about 1,000 mobile phones and a Toyota RAV4, alongside large sums of money traced to the suspects' accounts. The suspects will be charged to court after investigations are concluded. And in the sporting world, let's join Bright Ebocho for the latest in the world of sports.
CAF has imposed heavy sanctions on Senegal and Morocco following misconduct during the chaotic 2025 Africa Cup of Nations final in Rabat. Senegal coach Pape Bonatia was banned for 5 CAF matches and fined $100,000, while Iliman Ndiaye and Ismaila Sarr received 2-match suspensions. The Senegalese FA was fined $615,000 for supporter misconduct and unsporting behavior. Morocco's Achraf Hakimi received a 2-match ban, with 1 suspended for for a year, while Ismail Sabiri was handed a 3-match suspension and a $100,000 fine. The Moroccan FA was also fined $315,000 for ball boy misconduct, VAR interference, and the use of laser pointers. The final descended into controversy after a Senegal goal was ruled out and the VAR awarded Morocco a late penalty, prompting a brief walk-off by Senegal. Edouard Mendy saved the sport kick before Senegal clinched the title in extra time through Pape Gueye. CAF has since dismissed Morocco's protest, confirming the result. In the UEFA Europa League, RB Salzburg traveled to Aston Villa, aiming to spring a surprise and keep their knockout hopes alive. Real Betis and Feyenoord clash in a crucial final round encounter, with both sides needing maximum points. Already eliminated Rangers face Porto, who are pushing for a place in the last 16. And in tennis, Aryna Sabalenka will face Elina Rybakina in a big-hitting Australian Open final after the world #1 kept her cool to storm past Elina Svitolina and reach a 4th Melbourne showpiece in a row. Two-time winner Sabalenka overcame fluctuations in form and a hindrance call against her in the 4th game of the match to trash Svitolina 6-2, 6-3. For Sports Update, Bright Ebuchu, NTA News.
And that concludes the news at 7 on NT Lagos Channel 10. Do stand by for the news translation in Yoruba with Adewumi Batoyi. I am Esiwon Omamaka. Good evening.
Ẹ káalẹ́, ìròyìn ilé wa ló ń dé sí ojú àwòrán yín láti iléeṣẹ́ móhùnmáwòrán ìjọba àpapọ̀ ìkànnì kẹwàá tẹ́jú oṣó ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Adéwùmí Ọ̀pátóyè lóníròyìn yín. Àwọn àjọ elétò ìdìbò orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà sọ wípé pẹ̀lú bí iye àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ti ṣe ìforúkọsílẹ̀ fún káàdì ìdìbò alálòpẹ́ ṣe jẹ́ 6,450 ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Wọ́n ní àwọn tó ti fi ọjọ́ kún gbèdéke ọjọ́ àlàkalẹ̀ fún àwọn èèyàn tí wọn kò tí ì ṣe ìforúkọsílẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Ní káàkiri gbogbo ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe ìforúkọsílẹ̀ ọ̀hún, kọmíṣánná fún àjọ elétò ìdìbò ẹ̀ka ti ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Àbáyọ̀mí Sàlámì ló sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún di mímọ̀ níbi ìpàdé àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ alákòóso àjọ elétò ìdìbò. Wọ́n ní wọ́n ṣe àfikún ọjọ́ ìforúkọsílẹ̀ fún káàdì ìdìbò ọ̀hún ní láti rí i dájú wípé gbogbo àwọn olùgbé ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ni wọ́n ní káàdì wọn lọ́wọ́ ṣáájú ọjọ́ ìdìbò, pẹ̀lú rọ̀ àwọn ará ìlú láti ṣe àmúlò àǹfààní ọ̀hún. Àwọn ọmọ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣojú-ṣòfin ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ti pè pẹ̀lú dábàá ní káàkiri láti ṣe àtúnyàn àwọn aṣojú ẹkùn 3 ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ tí àwọn tó wà níbẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ti di olóògbé láti bí oṣù 6 sẹ́yìn. Wọ́n dábàá ọ̀hún wípé kí àjọ elétò ìdìbò ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ìdìbò láti fi rọ́pò àwọn tí wọ́n ti di olóògbé ọ̀hún. Aṣojú ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ṣómólú, aṣojú ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ìbẹ̀jú-Lẹ́kì àti aṣojú ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Òdì Olówó Ojúwòyè ni wọ́n ní kí wọ́n ṣe ìyànsípò àwọn 3 mìíràn sí ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta náà. agbẹnusọ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣojú-ṣòfin Mudashiru Obasa fi kọ́rọ̀ rí pé gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Babájídé Olúṣọlá Sanwó-Olú ti ṣe ìbu ọwọ́ lu ọ̀pọ̀ ìwé àdéhùn àwọn agbaṣẹ́ṣe pẹ̀lú bá àwọn ará ìlú Badagry kẹ́dùn ìpapòdà alága gbogbo ọba aládé ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Accra ti ìlú Badagry. Àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ilé-ìwé gíga fásitì ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ẹ̀ka tó ń rí sí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ nípa ìmọ̀ sáyẹ́ǹsì ti kọ́ àwọn èèyàn 12 ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ jáde pẹ̀lú ipò kíní láàrin àwọn 28 tí wọ́n ṣe ayẹyẹ ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jáde nílé ìwé ọ̀hún. Olúbùkọ́lá Kàndé tó wà níbi ayẹyẹ ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jáde ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹsàn irú ẹ̀ nílé ìwé gíga fásitì UNILAG jábọ̀ ìròyìn wípé Joshua Oyeleke ni akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jáde tó pèrègédé jùlọ nínú àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ti sáà ọdún 2024 àti ọdún 2025. Adarí ẹ̀ka tó ń rí sí ẹ̀kọ́ nípa ìmọ̀ sáyẹ́ǹsì Adémọ́lá Ọ̀rẹ́mọ́sù gba àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jáde ọ̀hún lámọ̀ràn pé kí wọ́n lépa ohun tó ṣe pàtàkì pẹ̀lú kí wọ́n ṣe àwárí ara wọn fún ìpìlẹ̀ rere àti àṣeyọrí lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n yàn láàyò. Ìròyìn lédè Ògùn ló kàn láti ẹnu Ch10 Moses. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a mójútó ọ̀rọ̀ ìmọ́tótó àyíká àti agbègbè wa dáadáa. Ìmọ́tótó borí àrùn bí ọyẹ́ ti ń borí ooru. Àrùn ò ní fi àgọ́ ara wa ṣe bùgbé. Àmín. Adéwùmí Ọ̀pátóyè lórúkọ mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. Oorun rẹ̀ lásùn ó dàárọ̀.
Nta Ch10 Moses o to dinde ovo blackburn so to bo Nigeria to meri INEC si asun gba fún ètò àwọn rin mateme ko to nǹkan yìí to yin ko si to ayin na for black toilet to me de ko ba yi wa yi bo so mo do beto su we si ko so yin ko eton da yi ti to akan e do yi ko so be yo bo to yi to alun din leto ayi mate àwọn rin to me mo do ratin do yenayi do so yu beto su si ko do ayi to go mo ga le ko ba yi do to mo ko to me ko wa yi leto ayi mate lo me o me yin o gbere ton na o black so pe INEC ton to àwọn ni mateme o yan to Àbáyọ̀mí Salami we do lo to ai sinde eyin o de nu kun wonu le pe afọ do mo ro ye de we to de si gan wa nu po to yi do to di ke na mo do o yin ko si do ayi lo we yin o de so si to nu kan mo kere onu eyin onu ha hon e go mi mo to godo to lo me yin o de ye mo do e ma so wa yi na to di ke mo do e po awu na to ba nu le to ayi mate lo me na to se oyin ko ye ton do ayi ka bi me he na de o no te ton to fi de na bla bo de ka bi o me e si o fo bla we ma ko yo de ko bu ka fi gbre we to ya do te ko no na ye to te na to mo do ye yi yo bo so mo do ye yo no e bi ole yi wa we po je ko nu e o to na do fo je nu kan na o fo bla ke na wa yi to bo lo me to pe ja o se ho àwọn ni mate ton to tin we ko do lo gbe de mendo o wo ene wo bla do no tele le meto le holu o bo aton le meto àwọn ni mate meto fide o me yo no o no konto na o le do de le me to le holu le me ko bai mate to no de o se o sun shiro po do godo we do ya do e ko ales tadando dinato mo do yi blavo do de o me mon konto me de vole do te yi to me o hono he de we to do agbanu kan when some do Musa Toliat ni go so se ho me do lem ho lu de le to àwọn ni mate me tai de somolu mo kede to Ibejuleki bodo o di olowo oju oyepo we do ya do me he se de bobla do o lem ho lo me to lem bo le me yu de do ya do de me aton bai matin to to din boy ma ko so yo fo do de me bo do te lo me e we do ya do e ko pare ndo no ba wa bi to din do we ni kan se ha won ni ma te ga do ni yo me you know fo nǹkan tó náà wọ̀n ní má tẹ náà ló dé wò lórí ayé tó tẹ̀mẹ̀ tó yọyọ. o kplɔ wòye kplɔ sɔwɔe tó wòye xɔ yìí la tɔmɛ ɛnɔ kplɔ tó tó zɔn sɔyɔ awa etɔn de ɛnɔ kpɛ nukun o biblɛ awutu lɛ go kpɔn nadɔbɔ yɔ awutu eti tó agbasame náà gbɛtɔ lɛ wɔyɔ de kosɔ bayo ya inu wa òwe ɔmɛvi eko fɔ wòye xia etɔn tó akpalɔwɔe ebe sɔ etɔn yi ko atɔn nukun atɔn wɔyɔ de eko fɔ o nuke yi o kplɔ tó wòye ɔlɔmɛ nesebitɔn olúwa bukola akande eti tó yẹ inú wa lọtẹmẹ tó òwe ọlọmẹ tó gbé ẹgọ dọ o yẹmẹ yín onùkọtọ tó òwe ọlọmẹ dọnudo o wẹmẹbílẹ ẹbùtọ ṣe ògùn lọsọ yàgànà yẹ náà nù hẹ kó tẹkùn tó pẹnukún òwe tán lẹgò ìwà bíọ tó yẹ sí tó dín dọ yẹ ní yòónù kọtọ dàgbé bóyá ònù hẹ kó pọn lẹwà dọhẹ àlè wa náà gbẹtọ ètí tó àwùtù mẹmẹlẹ bùtọ pẹnukún àzọ ètò lẹgò bùtọ mọ dọ ònù hẹ yẹ pọn lẹ wẹhẹ dàgbé wa náà tó mẹnu lẹ tó o tó gbé mẹ pẹrẹbù ẹ hà fọ náà lọtọ wọjá ẹ kájà sọ tó kúrò náà sí kọmẹ ẹ kúrò tó rí lọ.